Ordered a beautiful tomb that's in the museum of our village.
gedrukt. Van voren elke zelf. Ja. Goed, van het de model. Eerst en vooral voor de mensen die zijn, we zijn hier voor onze vrijheid terug te nemen mensen. Dus niemand is gevoelig. We zijn bij kiezen van de tikmodel, want we zitten allemaal op rij. We zijn in het witte kleed, we zijn geen limit. We willen een statement maken naar alle politici en alle politicus.
que c'est juste le grain, il est surélevé, c'est juste le grain, c'est de l'eau jusqu'à pour se rendre. Là. Ah ouais, ah oui, ah ouais.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard. The tour will last about half an hour and will be covering some 15 kilometers through the historic city center.
Okay, welcome on board, ladies and gentlemen. Time to sit back and relax and enjoy the beautiful view for the next half an hour. And there's even some sunshine. Okay, just be careful, you know. Got to turn left here. Got to pass the lowest bridge of Bruges now. So mind your head here. This is the place where I lost my hair. So be careful. When you look closely, you can see the blood stains. Okay, very low bridge. I'm not kidding. Gonna have to duck a little. Mind your head. And here we go. Careful, everybody. Here we go. And it keeps getting lower. And lower. And lower. Okay. Everybody still in? Yes? Perfect. Good start.
On your left, you can see the traditional brewery De Halve Maan, which has been in business since 1856 and still produces a local ale.
The only brewery that's still active in Southern City. They make the beer there, the Bruges is hot, the full of Bruges. They make the beer, blonde and a brown one. Strong beer, handle with care. Almost beer time. But not yet. For me anyhow. Beautiful place here, the swans in front.
In front of us is the 16th century lockhouse with the Minnewater behind it. This romantic spot once served as a reservoir and mooring place for the canal boats which linked Bruges with Ghent. Under the bridge you can see the locks. Notice that the water level is 1 meter higher on the other side.
Gotta make a U-turn here now. Gotta visit the other part of the city. You can see the lock gates under the bridge. Still the original lock gates of the 16th century. Thanks to them we can sail here, otherwise we wouldn't match the bridges, as you can see. And lots of ducks here. Very nice. Orange sauce.
On your left is the Begijnhof, which was founded in the 13th century. Since 1926, there are no longer any members of the Begijn order living there, and it is now occupied by Benedictine nuns and single women.
Single women.
The Bruges Begijnhof was a religious community of laywomen run by a Groot Juffrouw, or Grand Mistress. In addition to the residence of the Groot Juffrouw and the other Begijn cottages, the complex included a church, a guest house, a farm, and a brewery. Unlike nuns, the Begijns were not required to take permanent vows.
So the brewery, on your right, you can take a guided tour in there. At the end you get a free beer, do some tasting, leave the place happy. I can advise you to first visit the brewery, and then the museums. That way they're less boring. Okay, and don't forget to mind your head again, you know. It will give you a headache. One more time. Here we go again. Mind your head, don't forget. Careful.
In front of us you can see the St. Salvatore's Cathedral, the city's oldest parish church. It's first referred to in documents dating from the 10th century.
And once you turn right, a beautiful view on the Church of Our Lady. It's built in the 14th century in a Gothic style. I'll tell you more about it later on.
On your left is the St. Jan's Hospital. The oldest parts of the building date from the 12th century. It now houses the Memory Museum and a 17th century pharmacy.
One of the oldest hospitals of Europe, stopped being a hospital in 1976. Not so long ago. This is Bruges' main shopping street for tourists. Just above here, the Café in the straat. All chocolate and lace shops. All made in China. That's a joke though. Or not, who knows. This bridge goes. Don't have to duck. And if you want to, don't stand up, of course.
your right, some 17th and 18th century houses.
They're all private property. People have nice places to sit outside here. Where the weather's fine. Of course, you have the annoying boats about here all the time. And a beautiful renovation on the corner. People had some money to spend. Only a holiday house. It's a big one though. Cost you around 2 million if you buy it, euros. Got to turn left now. And we look out above the bridge on your left, on the wall there. You can see the smallest Gothic window of Bruges. Little square in there. It's a spy window. And a beautiful view on your left. A beautiful view on the Church of Our Lady. Smallest window in Gothic style. You'll see that in a second. Little square above the bridge on your left. Spy window. Beautiful view on your left as well.
On your left is the palace of the Lords of Groothuse, which dates from the 15th century and is now a museum of antiquities and decorative arts.
We look up. You can see the gargoyles.
Lords of Groothuse held the sole rights to the sale of Groot, a mixture of 7 herbs used in brewing, which was later replaced by hops in the 17th century.
And this is the best place of Bruges. Over here, never seems to rain here. You see the stalactites, the last one.
On your right, you can see the Groningen Museum, which boasts an outstanding collection of southern Netherlandish and Belgian paintings, spanning the period from the 15th to the 20th centuries.
The Blue Door. Beautiful museum. Definitely worth a visit. If you have the time, of course.
Slightly further on is the College of Europe, a postgraduate institution, which provides courses for young academics as part of a program to promote the further unification of Europe.
Well, not for our British friends anymore.
The windows of Hotel de Tuileries are of Venetian glass, from the famous Murano workshops.
You see now the strange kind of comment. Down a place-to-place soccer over there. Bristol glass from Venice, from the island Murano glass. Okay, for the people sitting on the right-hand side of the boat, mind your head again. Be careful on the right-hand side. It's a bit narrow. The bridge goes down, so watch out. Okay, careful, right-hand side. Really down the front, that's the old guild house of the tanners, the tannery, working animal skins into soft leather from the 17th century. You better watch me past that beautiful tree.
We now have a good view of the belfry. This magnificent tower stands 83 meters above the Grote Markt. It has 366 steps and houses 47 clocks, which together weigh around 27 metric tons.
You also can see that's not standing straight. It's leaning 1 meter to the right, to the southeast. Don't visit the belfry after you've been at the brewery, otherwise it's quite hard. And you can see the North Sea Fold there. So I climbed those, 366 steps. Keeps on turning. There's no elevator. Well, we have 5 different boat stations in Bruges, and they each have 4 boats. So 20 boats in total. No private boats allowed. Too small here. Chaos.
On your left, you can see the back of the 17th century law courts, which are now home to offices belonging to the municipal authorities of the city of Bruges. In front of us is one of the city's oldest bridges, the May Bridge, dating from the 14th century. The name May comes from meekrap, the Dutch word for madder. In the Middle Ages, the roots of the madder plant were stamped and used as a dye for colouring wool or linen.
We had to restore the top part of it last year. It was coming down. It was safe now. I hope. Well, we all hope. The other bridge in France, called the Horse Bridge, the 17th century, is one of the two oldest bridges of the city. Beautiful facades on your left. You can see the flag of Bruges, look at it. Red and white stripes, the blue line on it. Once we pass the Stag Bridge, on your right hand side, you can see the almshouse of Belgium. You can see the symbol of the Belgian just above the door, symbol of charity. Almshouses, was Paul weddings, they were built by the rich citizens. But for the old part of the city, on your right here, the 17th century. Symbol of the Belgian just above the door. Houses for the poor and the old. They're being used as houses. The elderly are renovating now.
On the right is an old connecting channel to the canal linking Bruges to the city of Ghent.
It's 45 kilometers to Ghent. Also a beautiful city. That's the symbol of Bruges on your left. On the wall there, there's a statue. Of Bruges, symbol of the city.
In front of us is the spire of the St. Anna Kerk, and lining the route of the canal, you can see a number of houses with typical Bruges stepped facades.
How many purpose those stairs? It's just a start.
Above some of the materials, such as iron ore and wood. The return cargoes mainly consisted of finished products such as linen, leather goods, and woolen hose.
We'll have to turn here. It's a very narrow house. The front here, number 7. People keep standing up in there. Go outside to change their minds. Now on your left, all the windows. That one. That's a mistake. Both of them. Greatly modern. It's just iron flash. Nothing but it. Matter of taste, of course.
south, of course, the whole Mediterranean zone, so Turkey and everything. All these countries would trade whatever they wanted to trade, of course, with a lot of people in Bruges. So it was very good for Bruges because every trade that was made, there was always somebody from Bruges involved. So in the 1400s, which was the highlights of Bruges, there was a lot of very wealthy people in Bruges. It was also the start of the first stock exchange started in Bruges. And the first lottery, for instance, was in Bruges. It was celebrated a couple of years ago. We had the Euro Millions that was celebrating the 500th anniversary of the lottery. So here on the left side you see some General Motor cars. So of course now this board is still very important actually for cars, and actually the biggest in the world now also for cars. So nowhere in the world there's more cars shipped than here. So here these American cars are not supposed to be here, but because okay, this is the Swedish quay that we just left, so that was where every day there was a ship from Sweden coming with paper. So we buy a lot of paper in Scandinavian countries from all the forests there, newspapers and stuff. So they come here in big rolls, and there was a day, every day a ship. But now we have these cars, of course, now is the cruise quay, let's say. But these American cars are here now also because we have too many Teslas now that stand and not move anymore like they were before. I mean, not so. So you see, this is the Blue Bridge. So we can see from very far, when you look to the right, you see the White Bridge. So from very far we can see by car, when we're driving, which bridge is open and which road to take, a couple of miles ahead of these bridges. So blue, of course, the closest to the water. So yeah, of course. So the capacity of this harbor was 20,000 last year, and now in a very short time we put it up to 90,000 cars standing at parking places. You see all these trucks, every morning there's about 70 in a row waiting to get in, these trucks with cars. Most of them have license plates from Lithuania. So Lithuania has a European country in the Union. So very low wages still. Here on the left side you have the Mercedes quay. So all these cars, most of them come by train, of course. We have a lot of trains, they're about 600 meters long. And the trains the cars from all over Europe, they come here by train. Most of them, of course, not the UK. Of course, our biggest trader is still the UK here in Zeebrugge. On the right side, you see the ships that pull in, the boats that pull in the ships here through these, and in front, this is the inner port. It goes all the way to the